Professor Klaus Schwab, founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum. You've presided over the annual meeting for some 38 years. But what's the significance of this annual meeting in 2009?
We are in the midst of a crisis, a transformational crisis. The world will be quite different when it comes out of the crisis. So we have two tasks. The first one is to help to manage the crisis, and second, to shape the post-crisis world, because only if we look at longer-term perspectives, we can recreate trust into our economic system and trust into the future.
So then what will your challenge be to the participants in the annual meeting, the 2,000 leaders and decision makers gathered there?
We have over 90 different countries assembled. We have nearly 50 heads of states and government. The key challenge will be to create really a voice of solidarity, a voice of unanimity, because it's the first real global crisis. And if you want to move out of the crisis, we have to address the crisis in a global, coordinated way. So how to create this coordination, that will be the top challenge for Davos.
How optimistic are you that positives can come out of this annual meeting, out of this crisis?
I think if over 2,000 leaders from business, from governments, from academia travel for 4 days to Davos, they want to have a clear, concrete output. Now, Davos is not a decision-making event. It's an event which shapes opinions, which makes sure that every decision which is afterwards taken by the individual participants is based on the best strategic insights. So if we achieve a maximum of interaction, if we make sure that everybody understands what's at stake, then I think we have achieved our objective.
And finally, the focus might be on the economy, but what other issues are going to be on the agenda?
We have to be very careful that we do not plunge now from one crisis into another one. And the problem is that we have a clear financial crisis, but we have also an environmental crisis, we have a water crisis, we have a crisis of terrorism, we may have a crisis of weapons of mass destruction. So if we really want to make progress, we have to develop the capabilities to address all those crises in a coordinated, in a multifunctional way. And Davos is exactly the place where you are not unilateral, you are not focused just on one isolated dimension. You look at the global agenda in an integrated, comprehensive, multi-stakeholder way.